Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words to get us going today. And I picked this deck on purpose because the people I was talking to yesterday, clients, friends, etc., my coffee group, everyone was kind of lamenting how tired they were feeling and how impending they were feeling. So I figured the Pilgrim card deck would do us proud today, and I think this card is spot on as usual. So the Pilgrim cards are by Austin Repath, who lives in Canada and is in his 80s, and I just think this is such an interesting deck. So let's see what it has for us today. A couple of nice deep breaths. Your shoulders drop in through the nose, out through the mouth, just bringing your attention fully present into this moment. So here's our card for today. And don't be surprised if you start with a what the heck, but at the end, these cards always do that. They start out like, where is he going with this? And end in a really, oh, kind of a place. So let's see what you think. Ashen Ember, that's the name of today's card, Ashen Ember. The way ahead is cold and bleak. As far as the eye can see, there is cloud and threat of storm. Good morning, Joe. We have a Pilgrim card for today. The trees, barren and black, offer no promise of spring. You find yourself alone on the road, with no solace from anyone. You sense that you have no choice but to keep moving. Yet as you walk, you find the bleakness becomes bearable by your courage. The way is made passable by your presence, and the ground is blessed by your passing. Excuse me, tickle. I love that paragraph because it's talking about our influence on our life. And welcome to whomever else has popped in. Glad you're here. You find yourself bewildered by what is happening. Would it help to know that your heart is the coal burning to ashen ember that will be used to rekindle the fire? That this new flame will bring warmth to your life and light to the world. How's that for powerful? I love that. So I want to read the second, third, and fourth paragraphs again, just to help us move through this period of time that we're in right now. Excuse me. Where a bunch of planets are retrograde, and it's a time of review, contemplation, looking back over what was, and preparing for what's going to be, even if we have no idea what that is. So here it is again. You sense you have no choice but to keep moving. Yet as you walk, you find the bleakness becomes bearable by your courage. The way is made passable by your presence. The ground is blessed by your passing. How's that for putting yourself into the whole of the universe? We're an integral, influenced part of this world. You find yourself bewildered by what is happening. Would it help to know that your heart is the coal, burning to ashen ember, that will be used to rekindle the fire? That this new flame will bring warmth to your life and light to the world. For me, those words make it much easier to traverse this period of time where a lot is changing, a lot is in upheaval. We can't see how things are going to turn out. We are practicing operating in faith and trust, and sometimes that is much stronger than other times. And when it's dimming, when our faith and trust is dimming, these are the kinds of words that I think help us. The bleakness becomes bearable by your courage. And courage isn't this big, bold, divine masculine, run amok, fight, all that crap. It's that still inner voice that says, keep going, take another step, just do a little more, be present for yourself, notice within. Again, I think this is a time right now for reflection on what has been, and using that knowledge and wisdom and information for moving forward. And one of the things that kept coming up for me yesterday as I was talking to people, excuse me, was this idea that there's a big difference between flowing forward and pushing forward. There's a huge difference, in fact. And the more we can step into that flow forward, that's a really brave thing to do. It's a really brave thing to do. When we're flailing at the machine, when we're forcing round pegs in square holes, when we're trying to make things happen, that really doesn't take a whole lot of courage. We think it does, but that's really not the kind of courage that the universe is calling for. It's calling for us to quietly show up, to be present, to stay in today, to trust the process, etc. I'm thinking that it's lovely even to spend some time. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Spend some time that just imagining that, being in flow. So I like to think of life's river as moving along. Good morning, Janine. Glad you are here. And that when we choose to settle ourselves into that flow, we'll be moved where we're supposed to go. It's not a swept away feeling that is scary. It's more of a, okay, I'm with that flow now. So that's kind of where I think the card is. When you keep moving, when you're being guided to take the next step and you choose to do so, all manner of things unfold. So I'm going to read the card once more just because I think it's so powerful. And if you want to put some comments in the feed about how this is relevant in your life, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. Ashen Ember. The way ahead is cold and bleak. As far as the eye can see, there is cloud and threat of storm. The trees, barren and black, offer no promise of spring. You find yourself alone on the road, with no solace from anyone. You sense that you have no choice but to keep moving. Yet, as you walk, you find the bleakness becomes bearable by your courage. The way is made passable by your presence. The ground is blessed by your passing. I mean, if you had just even took that little piece, the ground is blessed by my passing, and lived from that as you walk to the earth, imagine how things would change. The ground is blessed by my passing. You find yourself bewildered by what is happening. Would it help to know that your heart is the coal, burning to ashen ember, that will be used to rekindle the fire? That this new flame will bring warmth to your life and light to your world. So we have this flame within us that reinvigorates our world over and over and over. Our world for ourselves and our world for all others. Be that light in the world, right? We've been talking about that, and talking about it, and talking about it, and doing it, being it. Yep. So let's just take a moment now. I want you to close your eyes. Not if you're driving, but close your eyes. And just take some nice deep belly breaths. And I want you to imagine on the inhale that your crown chakra is spinning open and divine healing light is coming down through that hole in your crown chakra that you've just opened. Excuse me. And when you exhale, you bless that energy into your heart space. And your heart space begins to glow. Every breath you inhale, drawing in the healing golden light. Every breath you exhale, expanding your heart. The aura of your heart energy, your heart glow, expanding beyond the perimeter of your body, like that beacon shining out into the world, providing warmth and light, not just for you, but for all. Imagine that beacon of light expanding further and further. Because again, we know that no amount of darkness can shut off the light. And any amount of light can penetrate the darkness. So we're being that light. We're shining that light. It doesn't matter if the way ahead seems cold and bleak. Our light warms that up. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. We're just doing a little imagery here, so you can close your eyes. So just see that life force energy, that love energy radiating out from your heart expanding. And imagine now you're receiving that from others. There's others, all of those who are on this call, all of those who are attentive to this in the world, all those who are meditating at this moment, those who are out for walks, their love energy is pouring into the world too, and you can receive that. So you receive your own love energy, but you also receive the love energy from others, their beacon shining out. So today, as you go forward, I want you to keep that beacon of light shining, radiating forth. Just anytime you think about it, just imagine it radiating forth. Knowing that your heart is the coal, burning to ash and ember, that will be used to rekindle the fire, and that this new flame will bring warmth to your life and light to your world. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.